Come to the AI-based copywriting techniques overview. So we're going to looking at an in-depth comparison of leading AI copywriting tools. That's exactly what we are trying to look at here. We're going to look at each of these two against each other, and we are going to discover some of these powerful tools. We have different types. We have different brands. We have the ChatGPT, it's one of them. We have Poe.com, it's one of them. We have Jasper, we have Writesonic. I've used almost all of these, and I know how beautiful their production can actually look like. I know what their production can actually look like. For example, ChatGPT, we can use ChatGPT to brainstorm hard copies for a new product. That's what we can do with this. Another thing is that some of the benefits of these tools, it can increase efficiency, it can increase scalability, that you're able to scale the process of your copywriting to the next level, and at the same time it can spark creativity. Using AI can generate multiple email subject line and can save you time. All right, so let's quickly look at we want to quickly look at each of them versus each other. Like for example, we have ChatGPT versus Jasper. So you can see ChatGPT offers conventional capabilities, while Jasper focuses on marketing copy. So can you see what we're talking about? ChatGPT can offer conventional capability, while Jasper focus on marketing copies. So regardless, you can use both to have a taste of both ends. ChatGPT has a broader application across various subject and domain, while Jasper is a specialized type of tool that focus on copywriting, majorly copywriting. Another thing I want you to understand is that ChatGPT can generate longer form form of content, while Jasper is still optimized for short but impactful marketing messages. So we are going to use both ends, and we'll look at how they can help us. Let's look at Jasper in relation to Writesonic. Let's look at Jasper in relation to Writesonic. Look at it. Jasper provides templates for specific marketing needs, while Writesonic emphasizes flexibility and customization. So even if you don't know what to do, the moment you pick up Jasper can actually give you a template that you can work with. That's what it means. Another thing is that Jasper uses a subscription model, while Writesonic offer pay as you go pricing model. So you have to subscribe to Jasper for you to get use of it. And I think this model makes a lot of sense, because since it's a specialized type of tool that focus on a particular subject matter, it is important that probably by the time we use it, it's going to give us a better result. So on that note, that's the reason for the subscription base that it is. Jasper is known for its user friendliness, that it has a user friendly interface, and Writesonic is also praised for its AI generated content quality. I've actually used Writesonic before. The only issue is that you are allocated on the free plan, you are allocated what is called credit, and the moment the credit is exhausted, then you have to be forced to to make payment for whatever you are doing going forward. So I think that's one what is their own way of making money, so you can't blame them anyway. Let's look at ChatGPT compared to Writesonic. ChatGPT is powered by OpenAI models, whereas Writesonic utilizes what is called multiple AI engines. So they implement multiple AI engines. The other part is ChatGPT is more suited for interactive applications, while Writesonic is tailored for quick content generation. You can see what it means is with ChatGPT you can interact with it. When you supply prompts, you can actually interact with the prompt as well. You can decide what you want to do with it, so it gives a lot of flexibility to give you an humanized content at the end of the day. Let me use that word. I've used ChatGPT, I'm still using it, and will continue to use it. It's part of what we're going to use mostly in this context. Now ChatGPT allow for extensive customization via API. So what it means is that they can provide you with API that's interface for you to link with them and implement it on your own platform. So what it means is that when you plug in into their system, you can customize your own platform to leverage ChatGPT's ability to provide a kind of narrow down service on your own platform or a landing page. That's what that means extensively. Now Sonic also provide a straightforward template for users, so there is no need for you to except I believe that they will also get to that point. That way you will be able to go ahead and they will be able to go ahead and serve purpose appropriately. Okay, so this is the benefits and probably the limitation. Now look at it. It actually saves time. That AI can automate repetitive tasks, which allow human being to focus on more complex work. So like I am saying, one of the benefits of using AI is that it saves time, it cuts cost, and it gains what is called inspiration. Example of this is automating repetitive tasks like generating product description. You can do it as many times as possible. The limitation is that maintaining human oversight for tone, context, and originality. So for example, ensuring AI generated copy aligned with brand voice is very, very important. You can see what we have there. It cuts cost. Businesses can reduce operational costs through AI driven efficiencies, and inspire creativity. It means that AI tools can assist in the creative process, by providing new ideas and perspectives, to whatever you are working on. All right, so let's move on. Moving on, one of the things I want you to also understand is draft content using AI tool. Now, utilize advanced AI tool to generate initial drafts of content. That's the first thing that you need to do. We are talking about how to this is an exercise now that we're talking about. So you are expected to utilize AI tool to generate initial drafts of content, then focusing on leveraging their ability to produce coherent and contextually relevant text. Now, this process allows writer to save time and at the same time explore new angles in content creation. So we talk about drafting content using AI tool. So for instance, you can write a product description for a new smartwatch using Jasper or ChatGPT. Then you go ahead and refine for readability and coherence. So at that point, you now see what we call human AI collaboration. Then you have to compare AI generated that with your edited version. So for example, you need to evaluate how well AI handles emotional appeal, in art. And you can even instruct the AI to actually make this tone known by appropriately. So one of the things we'll be doing as we move forward is actually to see how we can, that's what is called prompt engineering. We'll soon get there now, and by the time we get there, we have the opportunity to do what? We'll have the opportunity to understand what I'm talking about. Now let's look at advanced techniques and prompting engineering, which is very, very important in all of this that we are talking about. So let's get started with that. Number one, you need to we are talking about crafting general prompts. So a general prompt provides a broad topic. It provides a broad topic for creative exploration. So let us look at it. For example, you can write an ad for a shoe company's services as a starting point for advertiser to develop various marketing ideas. You can do that. Then the next thing is you now go specifics. So creating specific prompts. Now specific prompts, we have what is called a general prompt. That's the one I just talked about. And before I even move to the specific, you see, you write an ad for a shoe company. That is general. Now specific, now you can now write specific prompts, focus on particular aspects that needs to be highlighted. So we look at it from, you can say, write a 50-word ad highlighting the comfort and durability of athletic shoe for runners. You can see the specifics we are talking about. That's the specifics we are talking about. Look at it again here. For instance, here you want to highlight the comfort and durability for runners. Then you are directing, you direct the creative process towards the targeted features that appeal to the specific audience. You can see how comfortable or how durable is the shoe is to the runner, and these are the things that any runners are looking out for. So it becomes a lot more specific in what you are bringing up. Okay, so let's talk about ethics in AI copywriting, which is very important. We are talking about understanding the importance of ethics when it comes to AI copywriting. The first thing I want you to understand is that in AI copywriting there is ethics, and that ethics, following the ethics, is very important. And look at it. Number one, originality in AI copywriting. That's the first thing in ethics. You need to ensure that content generated by AI maintains originality. This is very crucial. It involves creating unique content that does not infringe on existing works. This way you are upholding the integrity of the writing process. That's what it means. So in other words, you need to avoid what is called plagiarism. An example is you are writing AI generated content to add unique insight. The second thing is that we talk about transparency in AI use. So this is very vital when utilizing AI in content creation. Writers like you and me, what we are trying to do at this level is to make sure that we disclose the use of this AI tool to maintain trust with their audience, and at the same time we provide clarity about the content origin. It's very important. Now look at what we are talking about. The next one, ethical boundaries in AI. Ethical boundaries in AI is you need to respect cultural and social norms. An example of it is that you need to avoid biased language. Very important. You need to establish ethical boundaries. This is essential in AI copywriting. Very important. This includes defining what is acceptable in terms of content. That's the first one. You need to ensure that AI is not used to manipulate or mislead readers. Very important. And last part of it, example of disclosing AI use. An example of ethical practice. Ethical practice is to disclose when an AI is utilized in a content. This not only foster transparency but also set a standard for ethical behavior within the industry. It is very important. So this is the exercise. In this exercise, you need to that's what we call the prompt crafting workshop. So one of the things we will do at this level is actually to engage in prompt crafting. So we engage in hands-on workshop on design and how to design prompts designed to enhance your skills in crafting effective prompts. Remember, that's what we are doing here. You are expected to learn the fundamentals of prompt creation. That's what AI is all about. Anyway, that's under this. I will look at that during the review class. You need to explore various techniques and practices of crafting prompts that can yield ultimate results for your AI application. And finally, the campaign design, blending AI and traditional method to give human face to what you are doing. So that this is what it's called. We consolidate the learning process by designing a comprehensive campaign that integrates both AI driven strategy and at the same time the traditional marketing method of writing copywriting. This exercise will allow every one of us, the participant, to apply our knowledge creatively. Not just that, it will ensure a well-rounded approach to modern campaign design. Very important. This we will deal with by the time we get into the workshop session. So the next part we are going into is called visual elements in copywriting. I think this is one of the major aspects of copywriting that we need to take cognizance of in today's world. Remember, we are trying to put into fusion the traditional way of copywriting in line with the AI driven generation. So number one, role of visual elements in copywriting. Visual elements are crucial. So in copywriting, as we enhance the overall message of our campaign, making it more engaging and easier to understand is very important. They can break up large blocks of text, break it up. The visual effect can also help to maintain readers' interest and improve information retention. Very important. These are some of the visual elements in copywriting. Before and after comparison, we talk about illustrate. You need to illustrate editing improvement. For instance, compare a raw AI draft with final polished, copy. So when you're using before and after comparison, it can effectively highlight the benefit of a product or services. That's what we're talking about. You can utilize that. The other part is that you can visual techniques generally allow potential customers to see the transformation or impact of whatever you are getting out, and at the same time ultimately aiding them to to make more decision, to make decision better. So someone that want to buy needs to to understand. This before and after comparison can actually transform them or impact on their decision making. That is what we are talking about here. The other part is infographics for clarity purpose. When you are using infographics, when you use infographics in your visual illustration, infographics are effective tools combine text and visuals to convey complete information, so in a way that is simplistic, in manner. Now infographics can represent data, it can represent they can show processes, or they can illustrate what is called comparison, so making them invaluable in copywriting. It's very important. When you use infographics, it creates clarity to your design process. We have talked about AIDA framework, which we call attention, interest, desire, and at the same time we call it action. So this framework is a classic model in copywriting generally. So a flow chart that represents this framework can visually guide the audience through this stages of effective copy, and this way is showing how each element build up in the whole concept and the process. So we have a practical tool here that we can use to eliminate that. So to implement that essential tool for effective implementation. We have templates, we have prompts, we have checklists, reward examples. These are what can actually help us to get all of this done. Now, one of the things we would like to stick to is this AIDA framework at the end of the day. So by the time we are writing up our prompts, we'll actually make it to cut across all of this framework. Attention, it is attention grabbing, it catch interest of the audiences, and at the same time it create desire in them and call them to action. Basically, that is what we'll be doing in our prompt engineering section. We have writing style here, but I am coming to that. Before we jump into writing style, already we have talked about the practical tools that we can use. We'll go deeper into it very soon. I'll be back.